What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today, Coinbase coin went live. We're going to check that out, see where it's at. I'll give you my thoughts on it. Also, we're going to look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then at the end of the video, we'll take a look at the Dow Jones, dollar index, gold, and silver. Definitely stick around. Don't forget there's a free Discord group. Link below in the description, along with some other affiliate links down there. Check them out. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Don't forget, we do a free Ledger Nano S hard wallet giveaway. We do that every Monday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you scroll down, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and leave your comment below. That'll let me know you're interested. All right, let's take a look at Coinbase Global Inc., which is Coin. They are trading currently, as of doing this video, around 400. It got as high as, I think it went all the way up to like 420 and came back down. We'll have to see how this plays out. I'd give it a week or so just to see what happens. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about this. It's hard to tell when there's an IPO what's going to really happen. So we'll be keeping an eye on this channel. So definitely make sure you subscribe. We'll be keeping an eye daily. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So this is the possible inverse head and shoulders that we had been watching for. The target of that's around 70,000. If it happens, we also still have that Wyckoff method distribution phase that we're going to take a look at here in a second that we could be seeing. Also, the PI indicator, PI top indicator has flashed. Does that mean something, or is it just a indicator that may not really come out to be anything? We'll talk about that a little bit. I do want to look at this RSI on the daily. We do have room to come up and retest this top of this wedge one more time. Does look possible. That could get us up to, you know, between the 65,000 and 69,000 to $70,000 range. We'll take a look at those targets and what I'm looking at. But we do have room to come up here. Let's see where this daily closes. We may not even come up there till tomorrow. If we do, this is another look at coin. Obviously, there's not much chart to look at. So, but like I said, we will continue to do updates on that. So this is the distribution phase that I was talking about. I had drawn this in probably about a month ago now, and it seems to be playing out. Also, the PI top, cycle top indicator has flashed up here. I think that flashed on Sunday, but I have not changed this at all. It does look like this is possibly what we're seeing. And if we pull up the Wyckoff distribution schematic is right here. And as you guys can see, it's looking like it's playing out perfectly. Now, this could be, you know, it doesn't have to play out like this, but this is definitely starting to look a lot like the distribution phase. And with this stuff going on with Coinbase and stuff, who knows, that may have an effect. We are going to keep an eye on this. Again, you can see in the RSI, looking like we could come up and test that wedge. Now let's take a look at the daily here. One more thing I want to point out. This is favoring the bulls. This is the funding rate for BitMEX. It's pretty high right now. Also, we can see this rising wedge in here. I know a lot of people are looking at it as an ending diagonal, which is a possibility. That could get up to about 67,000. That's another area to really watch. Now, if we look at this as a rising channel, we could still go as high as 79 to 80,000, but I would really watch this range if we even get back up here. If not, if we come back down and break this trend line, we have tested it 1, 2, 3 times. If we do come back down, a break of this trend line, depending on where, if it would be within the next couple days, would be around 58,000. If we break that range, we could possibly be coming all the way back down to this range here, which is around the $38,500 to $40,000 range. Not saying that's going to happen. We need to see what happens in here. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Primexpt, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. I'll leave a tutorial up top on how to use their margin. Also, they have co-vesting where you can copy trade other traders. There's also some other stuff on there. I explain it in the videos. You could trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. Definitely check it out. And you can use my promo code Savy50. It'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Take a look at the 4 hour. This is a rising broadening wedge that we have been watching for some time. We had this target here, which we did get up above. It was around 63,000. And it said if we're able to continue to get support on top of this, we could be going up to this $73,000 to $75,000 range, which would be testing this. But again, remember the 67,000 also. If we look at, we got 2 hours left on this candle. This could be just a rising wedge. If I copy this and pull it down here, we could come all the way back down to the bottom here and get a bounce. But if this was a wedge here in the RSI, we are down below it now. If we do close down in this range, that could be pretty damn bad for Bitcoin. Also, we could be coming back down to test this bottom trend line, or this top trend line here, which would be, this is where I'd look for a bounce if we're going to get one, around the 59,000. A break below that, then we're probably heading back down towards this bottom trend line here around 49 to 50,000. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames. This is the hourly. This is taking a look at that rising wedge or ending diagonal, which would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be wave 5 we're working on. If we do get a rejection, if we do get up to this level, a break of this bottom trend line again, guys, would be pretty bad for Bitcoin. Probably around the $40,000 range would be the measured move of that. Also, let's zoom in here and take a look at what's going on right now. We are bouncing off the 55 EMA. We were looking at this as a possible inverse head and shoulders with our neckline breakout over here. That measured move gets us up to about the 67 to 68,000 range, depending on if, when, and where we hit this top trend line of the wedge. So keep an eye on that. We are breaking down below this neckline now. This could be it, and we could continue down from here all the way back down to retest this bottom trend line. So keep an eye on that. 15-minute. This is the most important one, in my opinion. If we look at this rising channel here, we had 2 touches, actually 3 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom. We did not quite make the top up here. If we take a look at where we're at, again, that could be between the top of this could be around the 65.7. If we do get up here, I would possibly put a short in here and then put a tight stop loss just above it. If we do get a rejection, come back down. Same thing if we come down here, I would try to put a long in on a bounce off of this bottom trend line with a short stop. And if it does break down below there, I would put a short in with my stop above this trend line. A break above this 65.7. A measured move gets us to about 72 to 73. A break below, depending on if, when, and where it breaks on the bottom, would be around the $51,000 range. So keep a close eye on this. Our RSI is pretty low right here, but we really just need to see what happens here. We could come back down to test this bottom trend line around the 61.7. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, guys, but this channel right here is of massive importance to me. All right, looking at the macro. So as you guys know, I threw the fib channels on here. This is where we topped out in 2013. This is where we topped out in 2017. We have the parabolic trend lines here. You can see once we broke this, we began a long bear market. Same one here. Once we broke it, long bear market. And where we're at now, we are on the 0.236 fib here. We're getting rejected still. We have broken this parabolic trend if it's correct. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Also, looking at the RSI, again, this is on the daily. A daily close above this slanted trend line here. We could be mooning all the way up to the, we wouldn't quite be able to get up to the top here. That would be way, way, way overbought. But keep an eye on this RSI. If we do break above this, that could be bullish. If we continue to get rejected in this area on the top of this trend line here on the RSI, it's going to be pretty damn bearish. Let's zoom in here and take a look at what's going on. All right, so as you can see, every time we hit this fib channel, we get rejected. As of right now, we are trading under it, and for the day, it's right around 64,000. If we get a close above 64,000, and then tomorrow's opens and closes above 64,000, that'd be pretty damn bullish. We could go to that $70,000 range, possibly 75,000, retest this band. So keep an eye on that. As of right now, it's kind of in limbo. There's no way to tell what's going on. Let's take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin, we've been talking about possibly getting it up to retest its rising broadening wedge, also between the $300 and $350 range. A break of that trend line, the bullish case, we go up to around the 480 range, and a breakdown below could get us all the way down to $50 range. Keep an eye on this RSI also. We are in a rising channel. Again, guys, if this was to happen, this would be over the next year or so. It would be a lot longer term. So I'm not saying it just drops straight down, but the support down here is going to be right around the, we put a price label on this bottom trend line here, which would also be the top of this wedge that we did break out from, and that measured move was 312. So keep an eye on around that $200 range, $196 to $200. Actually, depending on if and when it came down here, if it was to come down quickly in the next couple days, between 190 and 200 is the area I'd be watching. A break of this bottom trend line could be pretty bad. You'll probably see that also in this RSI down here. Ethereum. So Ethereum, we broke out of our rising channel here. If we are to get back up, keep support, which so far we have been able to keep support here. If we're able to keep support there, our target's 2760. And if we come up to retest the rising broadening wedge, just like in everything else, it's going to be around 3,000. In the bullish case, we break that 3,000, come all the way up to the 4,400 range. And let's take a measured move. If we do break back inside this channel, come down, break the bottom of the channel, that measured move's 1280. And if we were to break the bottom of this wedge, which to get to that 1280 we'd need to. So if this happened, I would expect to bounce back up, retest the bottom of the wedge before continuing down. And that could be around the 311. Again, guys, that could be a year or more out. So that's what I'm looking at. Check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. We're going to go into the dollar and the DXY, gold and silver next. But I just wanted to put this out there. There's a lot of links down below that you can get special discounts for, bonuses, whatnot. Check them out if you're into trading. There's some trading ones down there. Also, my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. A lot of cool stuff on here. She does it all herself. Quality stuff. Great way to support the channel. Definitely check it out. And let's look at the Dow. Again, new all-time highs today, 33,870. As of the time of making this video, we're still creating major bearish divergence here. My opinion, and I don't trade off my opinion, but my opinion is this cannot continue much longer. I do believe we're going to see a massive drop, but that is my opinion. DXY, I'm still bullish on the dollar in the long term for the next year or two. Contrary to popular belief that the dollar is dying, we shall see. We are getting in a pretty important area, but as you can see, this fractal last time how it played out, it's showing up same fractal in the RSI and the MACD also. Now let's zoom in real quick. And we were talking about this 21 EMA holding as support. This is on the 3-day. This is what I've been watching this on the 3-day chart. We're at 91.6 right now. The 21 EMA is right around the 91.7 area. So we have a 1 day and 6 hours for this to close. For me to remain bullish on this, I want to see a close above that 21 EMA. Otherwise, we could be seeing more downside. But if we do close, even in this area, we are creating hidden bullish divergence, and it is an uptrend. So we're making lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price action. That is hidden bullish divergence, unless we break this low here about 91.35. So keep an eye on that. Also, what I wanted to show you, this is the DXY in green and Bitcoin chart in the backside. Every time that the dollar bottoms on this bottom trend line down here, Bitcoin is at or near its top. Could we see a huge blow off top here? Yes, it is possible. Could it be over? That is possible too. Nobody knows. Anyone that says they know for sure is just BSing you. You can have a lot of signs pointing either way. I just showed you some bullish and bearish indicators. As of right now, everything's still up in the air, but I do believe the dollar is going to be on the rise, and the next good buying spot for Bitcoin will be when the dollar retests this trend line. As you can see, every time the dollar has topped up there, Bitcoin has bottomed. And that's what I'm going by. Again, we'll keep a close eye on the dollar, but that's what I'm looking at right now. Also, taking a look at gold, as you guys know, my target's 1650. If that breaks, we could go much lower. We had this drawn out here since November. Our first target was 1736, which we hit, and I had said if that broke, the next target would be 1650 range. I still believe that's where we're headed. As you can see, we're making bearish divergence in the RSI, which is higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. That is bearish. Silver, same thing. We're making higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. We are getting rejected at the 55 EMA. My first target is 20. Again, if this gets super bullish and gets another push up, we could retest the bottom of this channel around 27. But as of right now, my targets are still $20. And if that breaks, then we'd be looking at a $13 silver. I believe that's about it, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash that thumbs up. Leave your comment down below. Also, if you stuck around to the end, put 500 in the video. I'll be doing another Primexpt BT $500 giveaway next week. So definitely don't forget to comment down below. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm out of here. Don't forget to click Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That will get you subscribed. And I'm out of here.